Hello again. So today we're going to talk about some alternatives on how you can do some data visualization. So this is you can actually do it using your Excel. Like if you have like lot of data, lots of data, and you can do some pivot table, and then you can create some dashboards, you can insert charts, you can definitely do that in Excel. But this one, I'm going to teach you about an alternative. If for some reason you don't have like access to Excel, or you're just not that advanced enough to do the pivot table or the inserting charts in creating dashboards basically in Excel. So today we're going to use Google. So we have this Google Spreadsheet, and we're going to use the Looker Studio as well. So for Google Spreadsheet, we can go and import first the data that we want to show. So here, I just downloaded this dataset, the unicorn startup companies from Kaggle. So these are like a list of unicorn companies and some information about them. So, for example, here's the valuation and the date they joined, the country where these unicorns are from, and the city, and which industry they belong to. And we have here the select investors as well. So, probably if you want to um, dig more deeper, if you get some more insights, you probably want to do some more data transformation in your files. So here, for example, we have like these select investors. Of course, what you want to do is separate them into different distinct investors. So eventually we'll know like um, what are the companies that where these investors has invested into. But for the sake of just having this tutorial, there's a simple instruction, example. So we're just going to keep it as is, right? So you have this Excel file. You probably have your own data, custom data. So you have your Excel file. You uploaded that or imported that inside this Google Spreadsheet, and we want to rename this definitely. This is like maybe unicorn startup info. Okay. Let's do like that. So you have your sheets now prepared. So you can then go to lookerstudio.google.com. So you can just easily Google Looker Studio and you will arrive here. And let's just go and create a blank report. Okay, so here, the first step we need to do when creating a report in Looker Studio is defining like where are we going to get the data from. So normally I'm using this for Google Analytics, but in our case right now we're going to use Google Sheets. So I'm just going to click that and click authorize. So I'm just going to use my email. All right. And here we just created this. Okay. So we have these unicorn startup companies and I'm going to click add. All right. So now we have the Excel sheet or Google spreadsheet added to our Looker Studio. You can see here this interface, like you have this toolbar right here, so you can add like any elements here. You can make it like an actual report by adding text or adding shapes or adding headings or images or adding the interactive charts. And here on the right side, you have this um, properties panel for this selected chart right here. This is a table, so selected table. And you have here the data. So this is what we have in our unicorn spreadsheet. So city, company, country. If let's say you're going to add like another field right here, this will probably not refresh automatically. And the way you refresh it is you go to resource and then you have your added resources right here, and we just want to edit this, and you'll see this here. You have this at the bottom, we have this refresh field option. So you just click that and then it will refresh the fields again. And you just want to connect and then you click done and then that's it. And if let's say you want to add like additional column as well, additional field, and you usually do that if you want to add like a field where you have your own computation, or if you just want to change some text. For example, you have here this list of investors and you want to standardize the naming of these investor names. So you can also do that. You can create like a switch case scenario in your custom fields. So you can do everything, all of that here in the data. You can just add field or add a parameter. So I'm just going to close this for now. I'm just going to click this. And what we want to do is, all right, say we have this folder. Oh, sorry. Since we have this table, right, and we have all these name of companies, this is not very helpful for us right now. So what we can do is change this. So we have this dimension right here, company. What we want is to check like how many unicorns are there from each country. So here in the dimension, we're just going to click country, and you can see here we can just go with top 10. And we can do that here using these rows per page. We just want to show the top 10 per page. So yeah, we can still have this pagination so we can actually go to the second page for the 11 to 20th place. But you can see the top one is United States still. So you have like 656 unicorn startup unicorns, and then China and India. Wow. All right. And then now, what else do we want to do? Maybe we want to create this into a pie chart, right? So you can just add chart. I'm not going to like design this whole dashboard. The purpose of this video is just to get you started on using the Looker Studio. And you can design this your own using your own custom data. So things you need to know is just you have here this add chart. So you can add all these components whichever is usable for you. Here, for example, we're going to use donut chart, or we can also use the Google Maps if you want to highlight like which part of the globe has the highest number of startup unicorns. In our case, I'm just going to click this donut chart, and this is going to reflect again the the countries. So we have these countries. As you can see, we have here 53% United States. That's really a lot. And then you have here the China, 14.2, and then 12.6 from others. And what other data can we extract from this? So if you're going back to the Excel file, we also have the industry, right? So let's go and check. We can right click and then copy this. Actually, you can just directly duplicate, and I'm just going to. So this report is really small for us right now. What I'm gonna do to change the layout and expand this report is go and right click, and then you have this report settings. Oh, sorry, not report settings. We want to go to current page settings. And then here you have the setup and you go to style. And here you can change the canvas size. So in our case, the width should be fine. I'm just going to increase the height. So let's put 1500. That's it. So I'm just going to close. It's saved automatically. So now we have like a longer canvas. And here, maybe I can just go and yeah, put this here. And this is like the page by country. And then we have another one by sector. So I'm just going to go and select industry, industry, not sector. Okay. So most of the startup unicorn we have is from enterprise tech. So these are probably those B2B companies. And we have the financial services, okay, and consumer and retail, okay, this is good. So what else can we extract? Let's say we also have this date join. So we want to know, like in in a time series, let's just go and delete this for now. You can actually delete this. In a time series, how many startup unicorns are actually appearing per year? So probably we can get, normally you have to format your columns, especially in the date column. You want to format this into a date column. So this one should be fine. Let's go and check if we can use that. So let's use a time series chart and let's put that here. Okay. And then we have here like date range dimension is date joined and dimension is country. So we want to know like per year. We want to use date joined here as okay as our label. And we have June 13, 2021, 2022, and then 2022. Okay, this is actually sorted by record count descending. So we had like a lot of unicorn coming up last July 13, 2021. But we want to group this by year. So what we can do is go to dimension again. So we have this date join, right? So we can click this edit icon and we just want to show the year. So you go to date and then you go to year, right? Now we have 2021, 2024, 2014. Okay, and then this year joined. So I'm just going to name this field. So we have this year joined, and let's go and instead of sorting this by record count, let's use year joint. And we're going to go with ascending. So we start with like very earliest. 2007 we had one 2007, and then you had 2011, we also had one, and then four 2012. So it's actually the trend is going up. We had okay, wow, we have 97 year 2019. So you're probably wondering why am I only seeing until 2019, where is 2021, 2022? So that is because there's a limit on the number of bars we can show in this time series, but we can change that. So we have all these setup, right? In this section, we have the setup where we set up the dimension. We can also enable drill down. We have metrics, and there's also the sorting options, the date range, and you can also set the filter. And you can switch to style just to change all these options for these charts. You want to change the color, or if you want to like show certain elements, you want to hide them, you want to add grids, and you want to probably increase the number of bars that you want to show for this bar chart. We can do here is what we can do is maybe set this to 14. Now we're seeing 2023. All right, and it's down on 2023. I'm not sure why. There's a lot on 2021, but this is good. And if you want, you can actually drill down. So what I mean by drill down is you can actually dive deeper into each data point. So 2021, for example, what happened in 2021? There's pandemic, and maybe most of these startups are related to healthcare, maybe. So let's try to find that out. So here we have the option to drill down, and I'm just going to add another dimension here. We're going to set this to industry. Okay, and I'm just going to click this drill down. All right, and nope, nope. Okay, wait. I think we should put industry here, and then let's remove this breakdown. We don't want breakdown, we just want drill down. Okay, so here you can actually click on 2021, and you have this arrow down if you want to go to drill down to the next dimension, which is the industry. So I'm just going to click that, and then you'll see this. So there's more enterprise tech, financial services, and consumer retail. We can go up. Actually, you can also do this. There's this when I click this, right, this bar chart.
we're still currently in the setup. If you scroll down, there is this cross filtering, right? If you enable this, what it will do, you can see here all these data, right? If I click 2021, they will change. If I click 2017, you'll see some, yeah, you'll realize the changes. So 2017, most of the startup unicorns were actually coming from China. And then the next is United States. Then if we move to 2018, still China, but United States is actually catching up and it's still mostly enterprise tech and then industrials. Okay. If we go to 2019, now we can see that United States is actually now has more startup unicorns than China. And here, way back 2019, we have more industrials than enterprise tech. And then we go to, let's say, 2022. So you have still enterprise tech and still United States, right? If you have, probably we can still dive deeper. Let's say we have like valuations right here. We can we can also plot that. And yeah, but now I think you get the point of this tutorial. So you have your Excel file and then you can upload that to Google Spreadsheets and you can visualize all of it inside your Looker Studio. And last point right here, so we have all these data, you have the cross filter, but if you want, you can still add some control. If let's say you want to add some drop down list, if you want to have like a filtering, let's say for this one, we just want to control field instead of join date, we're going to do let's say country. So you can filter this by country and you can also use date range control if we want to just filter based on when the startup joined. So we can set this as an auto date range, or we can actually just always, whenever we look at this report, we can always set this to this year to date or probably previous year. In our case, since we're looking at yearly data, this is probably not relevant. So you can just click here and right click and delete to remove that. Another one is you can use this um, input box. Right, we have this input box if you want to do some search. So here we have they joined. Instead, we can select investors. We can use this. And we want to know like which companies has, let's say, Sequoia as their backers. Okay, so let's go and search that. Sequoia. What's the spelling again? UOIA. Okay, UOIA. So we can press. All right, there's no data. That's because we're looking for equals. We just go and you can use either contains or regex. I'm just going to use contains, and this should be fine. Okay. Hmm. All right. Instead of this, what we can use instead is we can probably use advanced filter. Let's use this instead so we can always do with, no, not this one. I'm going to change this again to set investors and we can go with regex and then let's go Sequoia. Sequoia. Maybe I'm just mistyping it. This is weird. We have the select investors, regex contains. Regex should work, but okay. It wants to have contains instead. All right, but there you go. I mean, you can have these filter controls if you want to have to add some filters into your report. And this is like we're currently in the edit mode. You can also click on view to see it in like a view mode, and you can share this to anyone. Like you can invite people to update this report with you, or you just want them to just view the report. You can also set up this scheduled delivery, and you can get the report link if you want to just share it to someone, and you can download the report as a PDF file. So if I click get report link, one thing to make sure here is you go and view the share settings, and here if you make it just restricted, only the people who are added here can view the report. So even if you share the link, they won't be able to view it. So what you want to do is go with unlisted. You don't want to go public because this will be available to everyone using Looker Studio. So just go with unlisted, and you can set them as editor or viewer. For now, let's just do viewer, and then you can just copy the clipboard. Let's go and try to view this in a private window. So you will need a Google account in order to view this report. So if they open the link, they will need to add a Google account or create a Google account if they don't have it, and log in and view the report. All right. So I'm just going to save this, and that's how you can share your reports. All right. So assuming that this is now a complete report and you want to show to your boss or to a colleague, or if this is like your company website's performance, this is probably you're getting something from and extracted data from other analytics reports. Yeah, you can use this. So Google Spreadsheets and Looker Studio. One last thing, you probably want to always make sure to rename your report. You don't want to have like a lot of reports with untitled report as title. All right, so this one is Startup Unicorn Analytics or Analysis. Yeah, that will do. All right. I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next one.